When you look at the offseason acquisitions, especially the latest one with Stefon Diggs, how do you feel about the roster and just what were some of the things that went into acquiring him and what you think of your roster now with him?
Yeah, we're excited to be back. Today is our first day having the guys back in the building, and we're excited with the team that we're building. And I say building as we continue to build our team. We know we have the draft coming up, but we're excited about the offseason acquisitions that we've added. Feel like we've added a lot of good playmakers to our team, guys who have experience, have done it other places and done it well at other places. So we're excited about all the guys that we've added.
When it comes to Diggs specifically, what does he add to your team and what can he do to help CJ as he continues to develop?
Yeah, with Diggs, adding him is one of those guys I talked about. He's been a great player in this league for a long time, well respected. He's been a great teammate. He's been a leader, a captain. And, when you look at him and you watch the tape and you put it on, no one doubts the playmaker that he is, right? He changes games for the teams that he's been a part of, and we're anticipating the same thing for us.
Down there.
How did the first the discussions, how did that come about? Like, how was the idea to possibly get on Diggs born? How did that come about?
Well, with the discussions of players adding to our team, there are many discussions of many players and many different angles to take. So I won't go into all the details on, all the discussions there.
Because, last season he started out really hot, and then down the stretch he didn't clips over 100 yards. What made you guys comfortable that what he started off with in 2023 was more of who he is versus what he kind of put production-wise down the stretch?
Yeah, again, when we watch the tape on Stefon and the playmaker that he is, right, we always go back to the tape and we look at a player in totality. We don't look at, this amount of weeks or those weeks. We look at the entire season. We look at the guy's entire career and what he's done, how he's been productive. The guy's been an all-pro player. He's been a Pro Bowl player, over 1,000 yards for multiple seasons. So we're excited about adding Diggs to our team.
One player that you know quite well that joins the team is Aziz. Can you talk about where you saw him grow last season when he was away from your defense and what he brings to your defense, what you saw in San Francisco?
By adding Aziz to our team, you guys see we're getting a tenacious player, a guy who plays with relentless passion, energy, physical. The thing with Aziz that stood out for me last year was his first time really getting the opportunity to play full-time as a starter. And he had been in a backup role when we were there in San Francisco for a while, and he showed that he was capable of running the show and showed that he was able to stay healthy throughout the entire year. So he was durable, he was a playmaker, he was physical, he was the leader of that defense. So excited to add, not only Aziz as a player, but add Aziz the leader. And I think he's grown as a leader, and I'm excited to work with him again.
Coach, continuing in that vein, you sort of made a radical change to your front seven from last year to this year. Thought process going in there, and what were y'all looking at? What are y'all looking to expound on and really move forward with?
When we've added different guys to our team, of course, we had a lot of free agents last year. When you look at our team last year, with a lot of guys who were on one-year deals or the last year of their contract here. So teams change every year. Not something you're looking to do, change your team completely every year, but the teams change, guys change, contracts are up, and we have to make certain moves. But I'm excited about the guys that we've added to our front. I feel like the front for us, offensively and defensively, like the front is the two most important pieces to how we operate as a team. And we want to be dominant up front on the offensive line and the defensive line. And we've added guys to that defensive line. I feel like that can help us continue to be a dominant force and help our team and help our defense to play great football.
Coach, along those same lines, you all did add a lot this offseason, but how important is it for you to get the players like Titus Howard and especially a player like Kenyon Green who missed out on the whole season coming back?
Right. And you have guys who've missed time. When you talk about Titus, you talk about Kenyon. Those are two guys we feel really good about up front for us. We talk about our line being a strong suit for our team, and getting those guys back healthy will only add to our group, only add to what we're able to do up front. So I'm excited to see Titus back healthy. Excited to see Kenyon, right, competing, healthy, and to give himself the best shot to go out and show what he's capable of. So I don't think he's had that opportunity fully. So I'm excited to see Kenyon perform. He's been working out. He's been consistent every day. He's been putting the work in throughout the offseason. So excited for him.
Coach, how much did all of the offseason acquisitions you guys have on both sides of the ball kind of like change the idea of how you guys are going to approach the draft?
When you look at the draft and how we approach it the same, right? We go through, evaluate all the positions, and try to have a good feel for the guys that we would like to add to our team. And like, we don't, just because we've added guys at a lot of different positions, that doesn't stop us from evaluating every position and looking at every avenue to continue to upgrade our team and continue to get our team better. So for the draft process, our process will be exactly the same. Who can we add to our team that adds value to our locker room, adds value to us on the field?
Last year you guys were hunting. Now this year, especially with what you guys did last year and the moves that you guys made, now you guys are going to be the hunted. What's kind of that? How do you go about that expectation now that people will expect you guys to kind of be in the Super Bowl hunt, things of that nature? How do you guys go about the new heightened expectations?
I appreciate the question, but we're always hunting. Right? That doesn't change for us. We're always hunting. Expectations on the outside, whatever that may be, it really doesn't change who we are, right? It doesn't. The expectations from the outside don't permeate inside our building, and now we have to change what we're doing just because of outside expectations. It really doesn't matter, all right? My message, our focus as a team it's always been consistent, the same as it was last year, is, man, you show up and we continue to get better every single day, and you're the best at your position, you're the best for our team, then that's what wins games, right? For us, when everybody is really striving, putting the work in, right, to be better. And that's what it's all about. We don't care about expectations. Talk doesn't win games. We have to go out and play good football when that time comes.
Over the years, the NFL has changed their off-season programs with different elements. Could you talk about how the off-season program is for 2024, and if at all it changes having the Hall of Fame game being the first preseason game?
Yeah, off-season will go about it the same as we've been. The off-season, as we start out our phase one, right, it's all about, we have a lot of new players, different new coaches, so it's about our coaches and players connecting. That's the first and foremost thing for me. It's players and coaches being able to connect. So our coaches did studies on our players to help them to find areas in their game where they can get better. And that second phase and the third phase, we'll go out on the field and be able to work with our players and try to help them master the techniques and fundamentals that we've been coaching and teaching in the meeting room. So the off-season hasn't changed over the years. It's all about perfecting your fundamentals and your techniques, and that gives you an opportunity when you show back up at training camp. That gives you an opportunity to compete at your highest level.
Given everything starts up front for you, when you turn on the tape, you're looking at specifically defensive tackles. What are you looking for at that position?
With our defensive tackles position, what we're looking for, we play an attack style front, and we want guys who can attack. We want guys, you can do that no matter the size, right? You talk about, is there a certain size you're looking for? I've seen guys do it at 280, 290, seen guys do it at 315. So there's a different range for different types of players. It's all about our guys just being explosive up front and being able to do what we're asking them to do.
DeMeco, given the success that you all had with Tank and Nico specifically, why did you all feel like it was important to add more elite weapons at wide receiver?
I don't think it hurts to add a lot of playmakers to your team. So as many guys as you can add, we're trying to add as many playmakers as we can, offensively, defensively, right? We're trying to build the best team for 2024, and that's what myself and Nick, that's what our job is, to add the right pieces, acquire the right players to have us go out and be our best in 2024.
After what CJ did last year, all of his accolades and everything, what's one way where you really think he can improve in year two?
Yeah, with CJ, we're very proud of his success in his first year. I mean, he came in and probably shocked a lot of people with how he played, and he played at a very high level. He continued to progress and get better throughout the entire year. So we're very excited about what he was able to do. Now, can he pick up where he left from, right? As he finished the year off, he had a strong year, but as a player, you always are your toughest critic. Can he continue to master the same thing I talked about, those techniques and fundamentals? Can he master those things to continue to lead our team in the way that he's done it? Excited to be able to work with him for another year. I think for all of our younger players, especially the rookies last year, that year one to year two, that's where you see the biggest jump, or I've seen in my career. And the guys have a true offseason to dedicate, right, and focus on themselves and them getting better. They don't have to worry about combine or draft prep. They can truly work on the things that we've asked him to do. And I think it's also a plus for him by having Coach Sloyd, Coach Gerard, having them back, and we're still doing our same scheme, right, same system. So he's already a step ahead of where he started last year. So I'm excited to see his growth from year one to year two.
You talk about continuity in there at that defensive tackle position. On defense, almost half of your outside free agent ads came at that D tackle position. Outside of Rankins and Collins leaving, what led to that, do you think?
When it comes to free agency, then acquisitions, there's a lot of things that go on, like behind the scenes, that a lot of people would have no idea, how this happened. How did you move on from this player? How did you acquire this player? A lot of things happen, but at the end of the day, I feel like me and Nick made the best decisions for our team to add quality players to our team, and we feel that can help us.
How excited are you about the new uniforms, Coach?
Yeah, I'm fired up about the new uniforms. And it's 2024, time for a fresh look for the Texans. I know we've had the same uniforms, all right, since our organization started here in 2002. I was messing with the guys earlier about I wore the same uniform that they were wearing, and I think it's time for an update. And credit to Doug, Cal, Hannah, all the work and time that went into coming out with the new look. I think our fans will be excited about it. I think the coolest part about the new uniforms, as you guys all know, is having our fans input into the look of our new uniform. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty unique by our organization, being able to talk to our fans and get a true feel for what our fans wanted to see. And of course, our players are fired up about the new look. So it'll be exciting reveal for next week for everyone.
When it came to conversations with free agents, how were they different this offseason compared to your first season when you were trying to catch some ground?
Yeah, free agency for me, it doesn't change, right? It's always you're trying to find the right fit, not only player fitting us, but for that player, do we actually fit what you're about? And so it's always trying to find that call it that marriage of player and organization, and just go through guys and trying to find out what's important for those guys, right? What's their why, what makes them tick, and trying to see if they're ready to hunt with the Texans. And so it's we've added a lot of guys who really love football. That's the one thing for me where I want to add guys to our team. How passionate are they about football? How excited are they about going out and working and getting better every day?
Now that you guys have started off-season program, in regards to Tank, has he been participating? Is he going to be ready by training camp? What's kind of the timeline in regards to Tank being back?
Yeah, thanks with Tank, man. Tank is back. He's starting to get in with our guys here at the off-season program. So excited to have Tank back. That was a devastating loss for us last year, losing him. He's such a dynamic player for us, such an inspiration for myself, for a lot of our team. So I'm excited to see Tank back working with our guys, and excited to see him make that same jump that I talked about year one and year two.
How's the Ryan household adjusting with the new addition? How y'all adjusting? I mean, you didn't make changes here. Y'all had changes at the house. How's that going?
Oh, thank you for that question. My wife is doing an outstanding job with the transition of our newborn baby girl. So it's fun. 2-month-old now, so it's always exciting, always changing. But it's fun, and thankful for my wife for all the tireless work that she puts in to allow me to get some sleep while she watches the baby.
Hey, DeMeco, can you talk about what do you have to guard against with the young players going from year 1 to year 2? I mean, there's a lot to build on, but what are the things that you have to kind of make sure that go the other way?
The biggest thing I think, Kim, from year 1 to year 2 is you have to watch guys who've had a lot of success, right? Guys, you can't fall into a trap of that you've made it, right? Just because you have success in year 1, that doesn't garner that you're going to instantly have success in year 2, right? You still have to put in even more work, right? Because now, you have a year worth of tendencies on tape. Other teams around the league are watching you. They're kind of honing in on what you do well. So how are you going to attack your offseason and truly focus on improving your craft and being better than you were in year 1? Guys can't, you can't fall asleep to, I did it 1 year, it's easy, and you relax your second year. That's the biggest thing I've seen where guys kind of have that drop in their second years where they relax and they think they have that I made it moment. Nobody's ever made it. You continue to put the work in, you dive in even harder because you've had success.
Last season for Derek Stingley Jr., what do you see from him in terms of continuing to build on what he did at the end of last season when he was excelling, and just your hopes for him this year?
Yeah, for Derek and what I look for him this year, I look for him to continue to make strides in his game. He's come along really well. 5 interceptions last year, played really well for us. When you talk about attacking the ball, really shutting down one side of the field, it was impressive to see him grow as a player, coming back off the injury and just seeing the way he worked and the way he got after it. He was a guy that teams started to go away from. So it's whenever you have a corner who can operate in that manner, right, it's only a plus for us, and I see Derek continuing to get better this year as well.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Not being complacent and wanting to build on last year. What's your mentality for some of the guys in the locker room about wanting to get further and be better this year?
Yeah, I think it's just you seen what we did last year, and you seen how each game we kept getting better and better. And I think that's one thing that we're focusing on is that individual growth, but also that team growth of just seeing how much better we can be if we just cut out the mistakes and everybody just doing the techniques right and taking this time to properly learn how to play within the scheme, how to build those techniques, and how we can be a better team.
How did your off-season regimen change this year from when you were in college?
Oh, it changed a lot, man. No school, no classwork, not having to wake up early and go to study hall or anything like that. It was really fun though. I took a little time off, I think this the first vacation I had in years. So I took a little vacation, man. But really just focusing on my body. It was way better. I can learn about myself more, learn about my body more. I got to work with some great vets over the off season and learn from them as well. So the routine has been really great.
You talk about working with some of the vets. Have you had an opportunity to work with Dell Hunter, and if so, what type of pairing do you think you guys will be able to develop?
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to work with him yet, but it was crazy how everything just took place because I got a chance to meet him at Pro Bowl. To come to find out, he's with the same agency, so me and him have been talking back and forth, and man, he's a great guy. He loves ball. He doesn't want to do anything else but play football, and I know he loves cars. But having a guy like that, a vet in the room like that, who can inspire so many of us, teach us so much stuff, and we can learn from him. He has a lot of great tools, a lot of great ability. He has great leadership, and he just knows what it takes to be one of the greats in this league, man. So I'm very eager to learn from him, to play along beside him, and really just see how this thing goes, man. We're really excited.
Well, a lot of the veterans that you were close to are no longer with the organization.
Yeah.
How much of their teachings and their talkings and the things that you all were able to connect with on a personal level will you take into the next season?
Oh, most definitely a lot. Without those guys, I wouldn't have been the player I was last year. Those guys instilled so much in me, having a Rank in the room, having a JG in the room, just getting to see them work every day. Me and Rank was really close. Getting to see, him go out there and ball, and he poured so much into me, man. So having a vet like that, man, that took me under his wing, taught me so much. I'm going to take everything that I learned from him and try to, keep implementing it in my game. And I'm really excited to see what he do in Cincinnati, man. I'm wishing him the best, and it's still all love.
You were an edge player that ranked in the top 3 in run stop, win rate, and pass win rate.
Yeah.
Where did you look to improve this season going into your sophomore year?
Yeah, I don't get too caught up in those things, man. The only thing I can keep focused on is how am I getting better? How am I helping the team, reach the goal automatically that we want to reach? And what is my plan going into this season? How am I, transitioning from my first year to this year? How am I taking that leap? So really, it's not about the statistics. It's not about the stats. It's about individual growth every day. How am I growing? How am I becoming a better player? How am I taking care of my body? How am I doing all these things to help the team?
Well, when you look at a guy like Neil Hunter, he was one major acquisition, but DeMeco Ryans, who's been in the league for over a decade and played multiple positions, also joins this room. What does he provide for this team, not just in leadership, but teaching position flexibility?
Yeah, he just brings a type of different juice to the team, especially the position group, man. It's exciting to have somebody like that in the group, somebody that can bounce around from the inside to the outside, and it just helps everybody in the room because now teams are like, well, this guy's going to line up right here, this guy's going to line up right here, this guy's going to line up right here. So they have to give an account to everybody on the D-line. So it's really exciting to have a guy like that in the room, man. He's very physical. He plays his butt off. I got a chance to watch him last year go against us, and, man, he's very disruptive. So he's another guy that I can't wait to play alongside of.
What are your thoughts on the season of guys coming up to you and saying it looks like y'all have something special there? Did you see that carry over in the free agency? Was anybody reaching out to you being like, hey, I want to be there?
Yeah, it was a lot at the Pro Bowl, man. It was a lot of guys like, yeah, tell them I'm trying to come over there. Like, tell DeMeco I'm loving what I'm saying, but I'm like, Texas ain't for everybody, man. It's just it's a different type of DNA you have to play here, man. It's a different type of character you have to have. And you just got to love football, man. And I think, the front office and coach, they do a really good job of choosing the guys that they want to be in here, that, can help change the culture and help keep uplifting the culture and, being a positive impact, not only on the building, but in the locker room as well.
Well, kind of in that same vein, I'm just curious, what have been your thoughts on the different moves that you all made? You talked about Daniil and DeMeco, but then you all got Stefon.
Yeah.
What have been your kind of overall thoughts?
Yeah, my overall thoughts have just been, man, it's just been a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a phenomenal thing that is going on here, man. And we really just want to focus on the present right now, man. Like, yeah, we got all the pieces that we got. How can we build on it? And it starts right now. It starts with OTAs. It starts with everybody showing up, everybody grinding, everybody getting better. Like I said, focusing on those techniques. And so when we get to the season, we can see how it goes. But right now, man, getting those pieces here, getting that connection, getting the chemistry, and getting all those things in the building right now is what's going to help us.
Did you feel different walking into the building? Did it feel different walking into the building?
Every day feels the same. I walked in with a big smile on my face. Everybody had a big smile on their face, and we was all just excited to see each other, man. But the energy in the locker room has always been great. No matter who we had in there, it's just the type of guys that we have here, man. And I could tell all the new guys that are here, and it's just like, it's crazy because just like I said, it's just the people that they chose in the building. It didn't feel like any drop off. Like, you see all the new guys, and it's like, they belong here. Like, they feel like they've been here already. And I think that's a good thing when you have a locker room like that.
What's your view of the Texans playing the first preseason game in Canton, Ohio, when Andre Johnson's being honored?
Yeah, I got to congratulate Andre, man. Congratulations on Hall of Fame, man. That's really big. And for this opportunity to play the first preseason game, man, it's huge. And me and Rob, we joke around, like, we got to get many more of those to come. So it's good. It's a good opportunity for us to, showcase our abilities and show what type of team we're going to be early so we can, go out there, play, come back, and keep getting better.
Well, you're one of the players who got a chance to get a sneak peek at the new uniforms. What do you think about it? No, because I heard you were excited. You were jumping up and down like.
Yeah, I think they're dope. I think it really just gives back to the Houston community. I think it really does a really good job of getting the community back involved with football, back involved with, the Texans brand of ball. And I'm really excited for everybody to see them. I know it was a little leak out there, but I'm really excited for everybody to get a chance to see what they got going on here.
Well, you and CJ seem like y'all really hit it off from day one or night one of the draft.
Yeah.
And how do you think that relationship between you guys helped the team last year, and how do you think it'll continue to help you guys as you try to do bigger and better things in the future?
Yeah, CJ's a great guy, man. He's easy to work with. Great friend, great brother, great teammate. All the things you ask for in a guy like that, man. And I think we were just being our authentic selves. Like, he gets to be him, I get to be me, and we come together and we just be goofy all the time. And we're just those young selves getting to come to work every day and love football. But we also know that balance of when it's time to get serious. And I think that's what helps us a lot. We have a healthy balance of when to play and when do we need to chill out and we need to lock in. And just his work ethic, man. I think a lot of people in the locker room took note of that very quickly. Like, this guy, he comes to work every day. Like, he wants to be the best. Like, he wants to be the greatest to ever do it. And that's the type of mindset that I have. So seeing a guy like that just pushes you more. And it just built that connection through the whole building, because when people see that, they want to feed off that and they want to be a part of that too.
It's your first offseason here, but can you explain, with this being voluntary workouts, the importance of everyone being here and being able to build that relationship before the start of OTAs?
Yeah, it means a lot. Like I said, having the new guys come in, having some of the older vets in the league come in, it just shows what type of teammates you have and what type of people they are and how special this place is and how they view this place. Coming here with the young guys, get some work in with them, but just build those relationships to, why this person plays football, or, I can teach you this, I can teach you that at an early stage, and OTAs and stuff like that, and building that relationship heading into training camp, heading into the summer. And I think that's what makes this place so special. I think that's what makes the people so special, that the athletes get to come in here early and, build those type of relationships.
Well, the defense is a collective, and how much do you benefit from having a corner like Derek Stingley Jr. behind you?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of it.
On defense, it's a collective. How much do you benefit on the defensive line from having someone like Derek Stingley Jr. in the back end?
Yeah, we benefit a lot. I was telling Sting, I was like, bro, you still want me to play on your side? Because we had got the deal, and we was joking about that. And I said, bro, he's unbelievable, bro. And to see him work every day, to see him come in, he's quiet, he doesn't say much. But when you turn the tape on, you just see him everywhere. Having a guy like that in the back, it makes our job so much easier just to go hunt, be free, and be loose. Because it's they throw to Stingley, they crazy. So having a guy back there like that, man, it's really a blessing.
The expectations last year from the outside were very low for you guys.
Yeah.
This year they're astronomical.
Yeah.
You had high expectations and you learned quite a bit, I'm sure, at Alabama. What are some of the pitfalls you need to, be aware of and avoid with the expectations coming in this year?
The expectations in the Texans have always been the same. No matter the outside noise, no matter the media, any of that, we have a standard that we have to play to. We have a mentality that we play to, and that's the only thing that we have to play to is everything that happens in this building. And I would just say complacency, there's no place for that here at all. What we did last year was last year. What we're going to do this year is what we're going to do this year, and we can't focus on the past. So right now, it's just keeping that same mentality, and that's the swarm mentality. When all else fails, what are we going to do? We're going to go out there and swarm, and so that's what type of team we're going to be heading into this new season.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
I was wondering, what is the very first thought you had when you heard you were going to get to throw to Diggs?
I was very excited. I met him at the Pro Bowl, and just got to meet each other, got to meet his kids, and to see what type of person he was, and just been able to grow our relationship from there. It's really cool just to be able to not only go from that scene to now him being a teammate of mine, and just really excited to get to work with him.
Do you think he adds to your team and your offense, and what he does for y'all's chances going forward this year?
He adds a ton of value, to that room. There's a lot of wisdom that he carries that I think he'll spread to the other guys, and he's been really reaching out to really everybody, and I think that whole room in general is going to be great. I think we're all going to eat off each other. It's going to be very fun and very exciting, just to work with everybody in that room, and I'm very excited for it.
You got a chance to work out, have had a chance to work out with Tank here. How is he looking?
He looks great. Yeah, he's like you said, man, he's gotten a lot better. Mentally, I think even for both of us, really all the rookies, coming in year two, everything's starting to slow down, and the wheels aren't turning so much up in your head. You're starting to play ball, and having being able to throw with them in LA was really big, and Mitch looks amazing as well, and some of the guys that came out as well. So it's been amazing to get some work in.
CJ, how did you first find out about the Stefon Diggs trade, and then when you threw with your teammates in LA, was that the yearly thing that you did last year as well?
I found out I was actually asleep. I was asleep. I was been in the West Coast. I've been back home in LA, so I was knocked out. And I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb. I get a lot of phone calls. And so I didn't really know. And I woke up, and my boy Chase B texted me. He's like, "How you feeling, bro?" And I think he asking me, I was like, I'm good, fam. How are you? And so and then I had sent 5 texts like that, and then I woke up. For real, I was kind of halfway texting in the bed. Woke up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and then I seen the news, and I seen it on Instagram. I'm like, oh shoot, that's what they talking about. So I know I didn't even tell Chase B or anybody like that. That was what I was implying, which is really just checking. I thought he was checking up on me, but no, it was cool. It was really fun to see that. And this last year I didn't have the opportunity to go before OTAs and have guys come out. So I'll probably do something again. Hopefully after OTAs, but that was just hey man, I'm up here throwing, you guys want to come down, and man, it went great though. Mitch really looks amazing. He looks really, really all the way back, and then Tank looks great, and so the Diggs and a couple other guys who came out.
It's the second time that you mentioned John Metchie. From what you've seen so far, what type of impact do you think he'll be able to have on this offense? Man,
he has a ton of value, a huge impact I think that he'll bring this season. I think last year was good to get his feet back in the water, coming off of an injury, then something so traumatic like being sick, how he was, and his mindset is just, he's ready to come back and ball. So not only is he a great football player, but he's a great person, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else with anybody else other than those guys in that room. So Mitch is looking amazing. Everything that he'll put on this field will be no surprise, but I think everybody in his room knows how special he can be, and he'll put that on the field.
CJ, when you break the huddle, you'll have Joe Mixon, Stefon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. They brought back Dalton Schultz, and you have Bobby Slogan and Gerard Johnson on the sidelines. What, in terms of the way it's set up for you, what's the excitement like for you? How do you think it can be possible? How good can this offense be?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think we have a lot of potential. A ton of guys who have played a lot of meaningful ball. A lot of guys who can do different things with the ball, which is amazing. And with all those expectations, all the outside noise, right now is the time to focus. Right now is the time to build the foundation and build the chemistry. And of course, like Bobby always talks about, we're doing the work for the end in mind. Hopefully raising up to whatever we can. Doing whatever we should do. But none of that stuff happens unless you put in the work. So right now, it's just building that foundation. getting with the guys, talking about certain routes, talking about things is just as important as running the route and running and blocking guys, and it starts up front, to be honest, So LT is the leader of that room, and he's been motivating those guys, and, I'm the leader of the whole offense, so, and really the team. So, even the things that DeMeco's been saying has been everything just to, build that foundation of fundamentals, doing the right things, the little things the right way.
Talk about how much of last year was a whirlwind for you, and when you look back at it now, the influence that your family and how much you had to lean on them, was it more than you expected, about as expected, less than you expected? And obviously the relationship you have with your mom and how that came into play during your first season.
Yeah, family, I don't really ever think it's too much or too little, it's kind of like how I grew up. I always have been with my family. They're my core family, so I love my family. They've been there. They would be here even without football, so I'm super blessed to have them and my mother. They've been amazing. And, my little dog Oreo has been kicking it with me the last couple of days. He's a toy poodle. He's 19 years old, so he's an old dog, and he's been kicking it with me. And hopefully he'll have another 19 years. But yeah, man, family's everything. It's been amazing to spend more time with them. I told my mom, this is the most I've ever spent time with my family since really like high school. Going to college, being in Ohio, I never really had that much time. So it's been amazing.
What is your feeling?
You played talented wide receiver rooms before. How did your time in Ohio State with some of the guys you played with then kind of help you now as you playing again with really talented guys who can really play make your way?
Right. Yeah, it's football, You want to be, even like as I talk to those guys and the guys I play with in college, like, it's not good to be the lone wolf, You want to have a team that, not even a team, but a room, not only of dogs and guys that can make you better, but guys you can compete with, and it's all friendly and love, out of love, the competition that we're trying to build, But like DeMeco always says, man, iron sharpens iron, and for me, having that background of playing with so many talented guys, I think is amazing. I always tell my guys, man, if you're open, you're going to get the ball. So, and I pride myself on sitting in the pocket and making sure that those guys can eat, and it's up to me to make sure that those guys, get what they deserve and get paid and all those good things that come with having a successful year. So I'm really excited for that, and it's been, just the start of it right now, but, having that background of it has been cool. She was going, I'll go with you.
What is your feeling about the Texans being named as having the first preseason game at the Hall of Fame game during the time where Andre Johnson's being honored as the first Texan in the Hall of Fame?
That's a great question. I'm excited for Andre, man. Like, I'm super honored, to get to know such a legend, see how much of a good person he is and how down to earth he has been with me. He's been in communication. He'll call me after games and call me before games, see how I'm feeling. He's really around all the time, and it's just, it makes you feel good to see a good person get what they deserve, and for us to be up there as a team and him be able to be around, and we're able to support him in that time, super amazing. Hopefully a lot of us on this team maybe have that honor one day, and but he deserves it completely, and I'm just super happy to be just knowing him, because I used to watch him as a kid, and so it's like night and day of like he is who you would think he would be, but even just a better person, so it's been really cool.
You talk about the difference in how you feel this year as opposed to when you came in last year. You were always confident. Can you describe what's different after going through the whole NFL season and having the kind of season you had, how you feel now headed into year 2?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, it's a lot of learning things that I went through last year, and it was really good to be with a lot of young guys. We built that foundation, I felt, and now it's time to up at another scale. And for myself, that's just first and foremost being a leader, and then second, in my play. And I'm excited to. I think I got a lot better these past couple of weeks working with my guys out in LA. Now it's trying to get better with my team and then go on and take every little step. And I think last year I wasn't able to do that much. I was meeting every team, going through offense after offense, and meeting a new coordinator, meet with a new head coach the next week, and then finally got here, and then everything just ramped up. So now it's I'm coming to the same offense, and I get to slow down and really get better at what we're trying to get done this next year. So, I'm very excited for that.
Doing a story on top 30 visits. What do you remember most about your top 30 visit to the Texans last year? What stood out most?
I remember the dudes that I came in with. I came in with Tajay Spears, and I'm blanking on my other guy's name. He plays guard for the Buccaneers. Went to North Dakota State.
Cody.
Yep, Cody. So me and Cody and Tajay was here, and it was really early in the morning they picked us up, and we were together really the whole day. And I remember Nick made me he didn't make me, but no, it was actually DT. DT asked me to explain those two guys' personalities. So basically he was asking was I paying attention to them, and I guess I did okay. But no, it was just cool to be around those guys. They were from all different parts of the world. I'm from SoCal. Tajay's from I think he's from Alabama. And then Cody, I think, is from North Dakota. So, it was cool to be around other guys, and seeing their journey. And that was really, the one thing. And then to be able to play both of them this year and be able to – I swapped jerseys with Tajay, and I got to talk to Cody. So that was the one thing that I remembered from this one. And just meeting with the coaches and stuff. It's kind of really, all broad, the same thing, what you do every team. But those guys really stood out to me.
Cole and Sarge. CJ, you and Will kind of hit it off immediately last year when you guys got drafted together, and then you get to win both accolades as offensive and defensive rookie of the years. Can you talk about your relationship and how it's expanded past this, and how he pushes you to be better and lead this offense the way that you push him to lead the defense?
Yeah, last year we met before the draft, and we were we were just kind of making fun of each other, hey, what if we got on the same team? Lo and behold, we did, and it's been a blessing ever since. I thank God that I got to be teammates with Will, because I definitely don't want to play against him. So, like you said, we're just pushing one another. We sit next to each other in team meetings, and, we're constantly talking about how we can get this team better. And honestly, we talk about how we can get it closer. It's not all about just work. We're trying to build. DeMeco always talks about the closest teams are the best teams, and, for us, we're trying to build a close team and just do it in a natural light, in a natural way. So I thank God for Will, and his family's been amazing. His mom, his dad, his sisters have always been really nice to me and my family. So it's a blessing to be, around somebody with just a good spirit and a good soul.
CJ, what do you think about the new uniforms?
I think they're cool. I think they're definitely. I don't want to say too much, but I think people like them, and really excited. I think that even brings a new energy to NRG, which is kind of ironic, but I think I'm super excited just to be wearing new stuff. I liked the unis last year too, but I think it's time for change, and it's a new era now, and we'll be able to build with these unis and look good while doing it.
Last one, Chance. CJ, I'm going to ask you to put your GM hat on. There's been a lot of questions about who should be the wide receiver one. Why should it be Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Why should it be Marv? Put on the tape. He's done it from really his freshman year, his true freshman year, to now. When you talk about, I think I read something like he's NFL ready, but other guys have more potential. That makes no sense. What? If you're NFL ready, how is that not potential? You want longevity. You want somebody who's been doing it. And for him, that's what he sleeps, eats, and he breathes. He's a worldly talent, but also his work ethic and how he gravitates that room. I challenged him that last year when Jackson went down. He had to take over as leader, and he did that. He's not really vocal, but he became vocal, and you can see his personality started to come out as he started to play more. And for me, I think I would love to play with him again. I know I probably won't get that opportunity for a while, but I'm super proud of him. And man, who's up there, man, be smart. Don't be dumb. Don't think too hard. All right.